We can animate the hiding and showing of panels in a tabs widget using two options, and they are hide and show. You can have 4 different values for the hide and show options, and they are boolean, number, string, and an object. If you remember the accordion widget, we have discussed 4 different values you can set for the animate options. So in case of tabs widget as well, the values you can set for hide and show options are boolean, number, string, and object. So by default, there is no animation effect when you hide or show a panel. If I click here, the content is immediately displayed and the previous content is immediately gets hidden. So there is no animation effect. So suppose I specify hide and show to be true, that is boolean values, then what will happen? The content will get hidden and displayed with an animation effect. So let's see the difference. Save, refresh. Let me click here. See, there is some kind of animation happening when the content is getting hidden and displayed. As you see here, some kind of animation is happening. So when we specify true, the default duration and easing will be applied to the animation effect. Okay. Now suppose you specify hide true and show nothing. That is, let me remove this show part and see the difference. Let me refresh. Click here. See, hiding is happening with an animation, whereas showing the panel has no animation. So this way you can add some basic animation effect by setting the value of hide and show to be true. Next, you can also have some numbers for the hide and show options. Then the animation will get completed in the specified time. So let me specify 3000 for hide and 6000 for show. And let's see, in this case the default easing and effect will be applied to the animation. Let's see, refresh. Let me click here. See, the content is getting hidden in 3 seconds and it is getting displayed in 6 seconds. Again, see, it is getting hidden in 3 seconds and getting displayed in 6 seconds. Again, if I click this, getting hidden in 3 seconds and getting displayed in 6 seconds. So if you specify a number for hide and show, it will be the duration in which the animation will get completed. Now you can also specify some effects as the value for hide and show, and you can specify the animation methods offered by jQuery or the effects offered by jQueryUI. We will be discussing different effects offered by jQueryUI in a separate lecture. For the time being, let me show you. These are some effects. You can specify explode, fade, fold, something like that. Suppose I want to show the panel using fade effect and hide it using fold effect. So let's specify for hide, let me specify it as fold, and show fade. And let's see the difference. Save, refresh. Let me click. See, it is faded and the content is getting folded. Instead of this, suppose I specify hide as explode and show as, say, some other effect, highlight. Okay, you can try different options here and let's see, refresh. See, it is exploded and it is highlighted. As the default duration is very low, we are not able to see the animation effect clearly. Still, it is getting exploded and the content is getting highlighted. Now, even you can specify animation methods offered by jQuery. These are the different animation methods. You can specify like fade in, fade out, then hide, slide down, slide toggle, slide up, whatever effect you want. Suppose I want to hide it using fade out and display it using slide down. So let's try jQuery animation methods. So fade out and slide down and see the difference. Refresh. See, it is sliding down and fading out. So in this case, we are setting the value as a string. So we have seen 3 different values you can set. The first one was a Boolean value, that is when we set the value of hide and show to be true, the default animation effects are applied. Then the next was number. When we specified some numbers, the animation gets completed in that specified time. The number should be value in milliseconds. Then the third is specifying a string as the value of hide and show options. And when you specify a string, it should be the name of an animation method offered by jQuery or jQueryUI. You can find the animation methods offered by jQuery at api.jQuery.com/category/effects, and we will be discussing different effects offered by jQueryUI in a different lecture, and you can find it at api.jQueryUI.com/category/effects. Okay. Now suppose you want to specify duration, easing and effect, then you can set the values as an object. So now let's specify an object for hide as well as show. Okay, and you can have 4 different values for hide and show, and they are duration, easing. You might be already knowing what easing is, right? Easing is the speed at which the animation should be completed. Then the effect, and finally a delay. You can also add a delay to the hiding and showing of panels. So let's try different values for these 4 options. So duration, let it be 5000. Easing, we have already seen different easing options in a previous section. Let me specify the easing as ease in out bounds. So ease in out bounds, let this be the easing. Then let me specify the effect as explode, and let me add a delay of 3 seconds. So we will be able to see the difference clearly. Okay. Then for show, let me copy this and change the values only. Let me change this to 2000. Easing, let it be ease out bounds. Then effect, let it be highlight. Previously we couldn't see the difference, right? And I don't want to add any delay, so let me remove this. Okay, and now let's see, save. So here what will happen? Hiding will happen with a delay of 3 seconds. Then it will be completed in 5 seconds. The speed will be ease in out bounds and the effect will be explode. And for the show, the duration is 2000, means the animation will be completed in 2 seconds. Let me increase this to 3 so that we can see the highlighting effect clearly. And the effect is highlight and the easing is, or the speed is ease out bounds. And let's see, refresh. Let me click this. There will be a delay of 3 seconds. Okay, so click. There is a delay and then it is getting exploded like this. See? Okay, and the content is getting highlighted like this. So this is how it is getting hidden and displayed. Exploding, then getting highlighted and getting displayed. So suppose I remove this easing, okay, and also this delay, and let me reduce this to 3000 and increase this to 5000, and let me also remove the easing and see the difference. Save, refresh. Let me click this. See, it is getting exploded and it is getting highlighted and displayed. So this way you can have many different options to customize the animation effect. You can try different effects here and also different easing values to customize the animation. So the 4 values you can have for the hide and show options are Boolean, that is true or false, number, that is the duration in which the animation should be completed, then the effect, and for effect you can have an animation method offered by jQuery or an animation effect offered by jQueryUI, and also an object for which you can have values like duration, delay, easing and effect. If you do not set any value for duration, the default duration will be applied. Similarly, for any other options, if you do not set any values, the default values will be applied. and the default effect is fade out. So using hide and show options, you can animate the hiding and showing of panels in a tabs widget.